guys, welcome back to Grace's room. So it is summer here in Australia. I know that it's probably winter for most of you, but I really wanted to show you some simple and fun hairstyles that are inspired by summer, not meaning that you can't wear them in any other seasons, but summer was my inspiration for them. So I have 4 hairstyles to show you and let's get into it. So the first hairstyle that I'm going to be doing is a half up, half down braided hairstyle. So that's probably a little bit vague. So what I'm going to be doing is just taking 2 sections at the front of my hair while it's parted in the middle, and then I'm just going to be braiding them and then just leaving the rest out. And it looks really cute. It's very simple and it's very summery, nice, you know, going out or something like that. So the first thing that I'm going to be doing is just parting my hair to the sections that I'm going to be braiding, just so it makes it easier and I don't get any other hairs. So I'm going to start by braiding this side, and I'm just going to take the hair that I want to braid, make sure it's nice and even. Oh, it's not very even. Alright, that's okay. So I'm just going to take a hair tie and just tie that up and then tie the rest up. Okay, I'm just going to use my scrunchie just to tie the rest up. Okay, so now for the braid. This will probably be a lot easier for those of you that actually know how to braid already, but for those that don't, I've actually explained this in a previous hairstyles video that I've done, so I think I probably explained it a bit better there, but I'll explain it again here. So the first thing that you want to do, you can do a French or a Dutch braid, but for this I'm going to be doing a Dutch braid. I think it just stands out a bit more. I'm just going to be taking a section of hair at the front, and I'm just going to start by plaiting it. And it's actually pretty simple, like once you get used to it. All you have to do is just grab sections of hair from the side and then just like incorporate it into the braid. So I'm just going to take a section of hair from the side and just join it with one of the pieces that I've already braided. And then just continue braiding, just grabbing pieces of sections of hair from the side. Probably not a very detailed description. I know there's lots of other videos out there that will probably explain in more depth how to, but that's just my simple description. So I'm just going to be braiding all the way back instead of like actually to the side. Okay, so I finished this braid. All I did once I just finished grabbing like all the hair into the braid, I just braided the rest of it. And I actually did my braid a lot looser. Usually, like if you want it to like look like very tight, you can always like kind of pull the hair tighter. But I sort of like that loose look that it has. So I'm just gonna pull this out a bit more, just to kind of make it look like puffier. And yeah, so that's one side of the braid done. I'm going to do the other side. Just going to take out the rest of my hair and again just part the section of hair that I want to braid. And just like this side, I'm going to take a section of hair at the front and braid it. I have finished braiding this side. I'm just going to take the hair out of the scrunchie now. So if I'm being honest, I think this one probably turned out a bit better than this one did, just because this one's a little bit like flat. But like, I mean, it doesn't look like too bad. Just, I probably wish I probably pulled this one a little bit tighter, but like still I think it looks fine. But yeah, so this is the completed hairstyle. It's very cute, very simple, probably more simple if you already know how to braid. But I actually really like this one. It's like nice, you know, for any occasion as well, like if you're going out or if it's just like a picnic or whatever. Yeah, so this is the hairstyle. And now let's move on to the next one. So for this next hairstyle, I'm going to be doing another half up, half down braided hairstyle, but this time I am going to be braiding ribbons through it. So it looks really cool. It's very like simple, but it looks so nice with the ribbons. It makes it look very like summery. So I'm actually going to be tying these two braids together at the end instead of just having them like hanging. I mean, you probably can have them hanging if you want to, but let's get started with the hairstyle. The first thing I'm going to be doing is just tying this side of my hair. You'll see why in a second. It's just that when I put the bobby pin in with the ribbon, it just makes it stay. So what I'm going to be doing is just tying a knot at the very end of a piece of ribbon. And then I'm going to be taking a bobby pin and just putting it like that. So through the ribbon. And then I'm going to be putting the bobby pin just on the side of my hair, so that way when I'm braiding it won't slip. And having it in the ponytail just makes the bobby pin stay. I found that if I just left it my hair hanging, it just kept on slipping, so it's a lot better now. And I'm just going to be doing like a braid like normal. I'm going to be doing another Dutch one because I feel like those braids always work best on my hair. So again, just grabbing pieces from the side. Sometimes it can be a little bit confusing with the ribbon because you don't really know like which pieces of like hair to get. So just make sure you're focused while doing this. And while you're braiding, just make sure like you're turning, if you feel like your ribbon is kind of like hiding behind the hair, make sure you kind of like turn the ribbon so you can see it in the braid. Okay, so I've finished like grabbing pieces from the side, so I'm just gonna finish braiding the hair, or sorry, just plaiting the hair down. I'm kind of gonna be making this plait a little bit less tight, just see how it's a bit looser. It always kind of looks like I have like a highlight in my hair, like a pink one. And I'm just going to be taking a small hair tie and tying it off at the end. If your ribbon you feel like is too long, you can always cut it, but I'm actually pretty happy with the length of mine. When I tie it at the back, it looks nice just to have a bit of the ribbon hanging. Okay, so now at the top, you probably don't really want to leave it like that. So what I'm going to be doing is just taking out the bobby pin, and make sure you don't cut off your hair, but what I'm going to be doing is just cutting off the knot. Just like that. And just tucking this end piece of ribbon just into my hair. And so this is how it looks. I probably need to use the bobby pin just here just to kind of stick down these hairs. But this is how it looks. It looks really pretty. If you want, you can always just leave it like this. But now what I'm going to be doing is just repeating what I just did on this side of my hair now. So I probably don't really need to tie this side of my hair up, but I'll do it anyway. Alright, and just exactly like what I did on the other side, just me tying up the ribbon. Okay, there we go. So now I'm just going to be doing, just like I did on the other side, I'm just going to be braiding my hair like normal. Okay, and so just like the last one, I'm just going to be cutting this piece of ribbon and just sticking it underneath the piece of hair. Alright, so let's just take that out. And here is what they look like. Personally, I think it probably looks a lot better, especially since I did it so like close to the edge of my head. When you pull it back, and then I'm just going to be taking an elastic and tying it up at the back. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It kind of looks a little bit like a flower crown. I think it looks really pretty. It's very summery, and I really like how it turned out. I definitely want to try wearing this one a few times throughout summer. But yeah, I kind of like how it kind of looks like I've coloured my hair. I've got like pink, like a streak of pink in my hair. But yeah, I think it looks very pretty and it's a very summery hairstyle. So let's move on to the next hairstyle. Alright, so for this hairstyle, I'm going to be doing a fishtail braid. So just like a low side fishtail braid. And this one looks so pretty. It's just a very casual, around the house hairstyle. And it's not too hard to do once you learn how to fishtail braid. So I'm going to teach you how to do it. So the first thing that you want to do is just bring your hair to one side and then separate it into two pieces like this. I know there are lots of like cheap ways to do fishtail braids as well, like you can twist the hair, I've heard, but I like doing just the normal fishtail braids. So what you're going to be doing is just with your two pieces of hair, you are going to be grabbing just a strand of hair from the outside of the braid, from the outside of the chunk of hair, and then just twisting it over and bringing it into the other side of the hair, and then you're just going to be doing the same thing with this chunk of hair, just grabbing a piece of hair from the outside and then combining it with this piece of hair, and then you're just going to continue doing that, just grabbing pieces of hair from the outside of the braid and then just incorporating it into the strand of hair, into the other chunk of hair. So you're going to want to keep on doing this until you get to the bottom. It does take a little bit of time. You can either, if you want it to look like very like tight, you can always like pull a bit tighter, but sometimes having like a very kind of loose and flowy look also looks nice too. Alright, so I'm getting towards the end of this fishtail braid, so I'm kind of taking bigger sections of hair when I'm braiding it just to kind of speed it up a little bit. My hair is layered, so you can probably see that some pieces are sticking out, but it kind of gives it more of like a casual look to it, so I wouldn't worry too much about that if you also have layered hair. So I'm at the end now, and I'm going to be just taking an elastic and tying it off. And this is what it looks like. It looks nice as well when I just take like a few pieces of hair out as well. Just makes it look like very natural and casual again. And yeah, so this is what it looks like. I think it looks very pretty. A very like nice hairstyle as well, if like you're going to the beach or something. I think it's very pretty nice and simple, and it looks nice. So now I'm going to be moving on to the final hairstyle. Okay, so for this last hairstyle, I'm going to be doing a ponytail but with a twisted braid. So it's a little bit like the cheap fishtail hairstyle, where you basically just grab 2 strands of hair, tie it together and twist it inside out. It'll probably look a lot better once I do it. And I do it like all the way down, and it makes a really pretty like looking braid. So I'm just gonna stop talking, show you guys how to do it, probably make a lot more sense. But the first thing I'm gonna be doing is just taking the hair that I know I'm going to be using in this braid. It just makes it a lot easier when I'm braiding, because I always get little pieces of hair like when I try and tie it together. Okay. Alright, just like that. So now what I'm going to be doing is taking 2 pieces of hair. I'm going to take like nice chunks of them. Like probably like that big, I'd say. It just makes it stand out a lot more if you use bigger chunks. So I'll get the same amount on this side. Alright. And now I'm going to be taking an elastic and tying them together. There we go. And I'm just going to be taking my finger and making a hole in the middle, and then just twisting the little piece of hair inside through it, and then just tightening it a bit, and then you get like this little twisted look. And then once you keep on going down, it starts to form like a braid. So now what I'm going to be doing is just doing the exact same thing, taking 2 chunks of hair, tying them together. It's supposed to have a little bit of like a messy look to it, so I wouldn't worry too much about like little like flyaways and like little bumps. It gives it more of like a messy look. And then I'm just going to tighten it again, and that's what it looks like. So I'm just going to continue doing this all the way down my hair. I would probably do it about like 4 or 5 times. That's like up to you how many times you want to do it, if you want to have like smaller ones or like larger ones like mine. Okay, so I have finished pulling them all through, and so now I'm just going to take out this here at the bottom and then tie it back into a ponytail. I mean, if you want, you can always leave it like this. It's a little bit puffy there. But I like to just tie it back into a ponytail, and it always looks a little bit like a mohawk kind of style. I don't really know how to describe it, but I think it looks really, really nice. It's a very easy, simple hairstyle. I might actually use just a bobby pin over just on the side just to kind of flatten the bump a bit. But then again, if you guys like the very bumpy look, then that's fine. But I'm just flattening it a little bit. Okay, there we go. So this is what it looks like. Like I said, it is a very simple hairstyle. I think it looks very nice. It's a very just like easy sort of twisted braid look. And it's also very summery. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys found this helpful. If you guys want to try using these out in the summer or winter time, it's up to you. But I really like how they look, and I'll probably definitely be using these ones throughout summer. So don't forget to follow my Instagram at GraceWorldOfficial, and I'll see you guys next time on Grace's Room. Bye for now.